Hello, precious peoples. It is November 8th, the evening. This is titled, God's Tender Care for Us. I am impressed, Lord, by the tenderness of your care for your overworked servants. How sharply you know the difference between laziness and fatigue. Your treatment of your servant Elijah is a revelation and a comfort to me. After his tense confrontation with the priests of Baal on Mount Carmel, Elijah fled for his life, with the threats of Jezebel still ringing in his ears. He was afraid. 1 Kings 19:3. His weariness and fatigue had invaded his spirit, and his faith fled. That led to depression. Lord, take away my life. Verse 4. The intense, highly strung prophet was in the midst of an emotional collapse. He had overextended himself in God's work. How did God respond to his broken faith, his anxiety, his depression? Arise and eat. Verse 5. Twice the Lord told him to partake of food, or the journey will be too much for you. Verse 7. God began his ministry to Elijah by ministering to his body. How often is it my body instead of my spirit that needs help? I must look upon both, body and spirit, as an integral, closely knit team. When one of them suffers, so does the other. And when breakdown occurs, I must ask, where did it begin? I must not, of course, let my body become my all-demanding king before which everything must bow. On the other hand, I must not neglect my body as if it were an inconsequential bundle of rags. God began with Elijah's body, with his spent energy, his strained nerves, and his weary muscles. Once the cup of physical strength began to fill, God could go on to minister to Elijah's other needs. God the nursemaid, and why not? Is he not called El Shaddai, the God with breasts? Genesis 17, verse 1. ASV, and it says something about the margin. Yeah, Shad, I do believe is singular for breasts. I don't know. How often I need the nursing ministry of God when body or spirit become tired in his service. Totally. Genesis 32:30 reads, So Jacob named the place Peniel, or some people pronounce it Peniel, for he said, I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been preserved. Panim is face, but it's actually plural. Panim. Hebrew is so strange. Yeah, God with breasts, and that really throws people. And a lot of aberrant theology has come from that. And I won't go into it, but Jewish mythology, all that. But Jesus sought us up, put us in our mother's womb. So he used men and women to create, to embody the spirits that he created in us. And our mind, our will, and our emotions, that's our soul. So Heavenly Father, thank you for being a nursemaid. For us, we need it. We do overextend ourselves, and we do not turn to you enough for comfort throughout all of that trial, because we go through trials, teeny tiny ones or really big ones like Elijah did, but we are going to be tried here because the enemy is here, and we have to confront him and cast him out and push back and spare and set up this generation for what you're going to use them for. So Heavenly Father, help us to prepare to get into the tussle with the enemy. It's just going to happen. So help us turn to you, and help us not get depressed, but to trust you. Help us to not lose our faith, even temporarily. So thank you. You're awesome. We love you.